project for climate change.
What about ice caps?
So the ice caps too. How about glaciers? I've always wanted to go to a national glacier park, but they're not going to be as big as they used to be, you know?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I guess we could do that.
You know what I always thought about when people said that the ice caps were melting and that we needed to find a solution?
Well, what were you thinking of?
Why don't we just freeze the ocean, you know?
I'm guessing that would take some sort of energy to freeze all of that water.
But if we got that source of energy and got passed through all of that, it might be possible.
I guess it's possible, but we would need a whole lot of energy to freeze all the water.
We can ask someone at NOAA, you know? A scientist.
Oh yeah.
Remember when we went there?
Yeah. I think the bus is coming.
We can take it to NOAA.
Yeah, it leaves us right there.
Did you get your questions? Ready? Hey, hi.
Hey, welcome to NOAA.
Thanks. I'm Alma. Lorena.
I'm Russ Schnell. I'm a scientist here at NOAA. Come on in and we'll talk about climate change. If I take one of my gray hair and put it on here, it's about as thick as 90% of the world's air. But how does it warm the air? These little molecules act like feathers in a feather bed, and they hold heat. So you have a lot of carbon dioxide molecules and a lot of methane and a few other ones. So the heat comes up and the earth is being heated, the atmosphere is being heated from below. It's just like being under a blanket on a cold day. You get warm, but only because you're heating it from below or inside. That's exactly what the atmosphere does. Pretend the atmosphere has a certain composition 100 years ago. Now, every time you burn a gallon of gasoline, how much carbon dioxide goes in the air, do you think? Is 8 pounds in. How many pounds of carbon dioxide come out the tailpipe? It's about 3 times as much. So every gallon of gasoline you burn, you make 25 pounds of carbon dioxide. So what's it doing? It's building up in the atmosphere. You add more CO2, you add more other gases that hold more heat. If you're in a feather bed and you double it, you're going to have twice, you're going to get a lot warmer, aren't you, if you double the feathers? Mm-hmm. That's exactly what's happening in the atmosphere.
With the snow slowly melting, me and Lorena were talking about, like, can't we just refreeze the snow and reverse the process?
You know, you bring up a good point. In Europe, there are ski areas and glaciers which they cover with huge polyethylene blankets and stuff so that they won't melt. In small areas you can protect them, but in big areas it's probably a lost cause. Now if we reduced the heating in the atmosphere, reduced the carbon dioxide and the methane that's collecting, then we would go stable and the glaciers might stop melting as much as they are. But how are you going to do that? What we're doing now is taking something that took 100 million years before and doing it in a couple hundred years. We know it's coming. We can't stop it. Climate change is here. If it isn't, wait another 10 or 20 years, because you cannot change the physics of the atmosphere.